If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have a go inside the description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers, and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, today I'm going to touch on a topic that it's really heartbreaking. You're looking at a young lady, her name is Chocolate. I'm calling her, that's what they call her. And because of education, this is the reason why we say that when you send your children go to school and they don't learn, don't grasp education, they're going to end up doing menial jobs. They have to really desensitize themselves, because when a woman is willing to go on a stage or in any settings where them can dance without clothes showing them entire body, or them just literally just pretty much maybe in them bra or them underwear or whatever, regularly them out there performing, was a form of degrading themselves. But that's how some people do for make a living, because not only based on the economy but based on them educational background. Because growing up in Jamaica, some household, the parents don't let them children know that education is the key. That's the only way you're going to take yourself out of poverty and make you live a better life. But most of the, people who are from socialistic background, lazy, they go to school, them want bench, them chat, them give all kind of trouble. And then at the end of the day, when them leave school, most of them don't even want for work, because them glad to them done with school long, so life done, and them just want things handed to them. Well, this young lady now, she's from all the way at St. Thomas, end up in a St. Elizabeth where she lose her life. So them call her Chocolate. So somebody had asked us, to just a warning to other young girls. So we are telling you what really happened, because it could be prevented. You understand? Chocolate could have prevented. So her name is Nikisha Francis Monfret. Monfret, that sound like a French, Asian name. That's an English name that. And she lives in Queensway, Yallas, St. Thomas. And her occupation is exotic dancer, Spendless. You should have said Spendmore. Nightclub, Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. And the incident took place early Saturday morning around 2 a.m. That was it's over a week ago. And Chocolate was dancing and entertaining the club, and a man, the suspect, spent a lot of money tipping her during her performance. After the club closed, the man demanded that she go home with him, suggesting he expected sexual favors because he had given her money. I don't know how much money that he had given her. She refused, saying that she was just doing her job as a dancer and that she earned the money fairly. The man became angry when she would not return the money or agreed to leave with him. He pulled a knife and stabbed her multiple times, leaving her lifeless on the ground. Chocolate was rushed to the hospital, but was pronounced straight to the departure lounge. Police acted quickly. They processed the scene, tracked the suspect to a location in Santa Cruz where he was arrested and charged with murder. The knife used in the attack was recovered. So so this a man and a really have all like marbles together. So the head of St. Elizabeth Police Superintendent Cage Minter commend the swift response of the police. This was the 7th murder in St. Elizabeth this year at the time of reporting, a reduction compared to 18 during the same period the previous year. I can tell you that I used to station in St. Elizabeth as a young police in the 90s. And I used to work at Era Tree. So here I used to work in a Clarendon. So we're all on the same network. Era Tree, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and Clarendon. And I can tell you that when I used to be in the 90s, St. Elizabeth never used to have murder. Maybe they may have 1 or 2 for the year because the people, they were intelligent, good communicators. And guess what? Most of the people them there, they were educated. They didn't want anything to do with the Kingston philosophy and culture, this gangster business where, killing. It was more love, and that's how these people used to operate. So strip clubs are all about entertainment and tipping dancers for their performance. It does not entitle anyone to sex or personal favors. So the act was not just a crime, but a brutal, heartless, and unnecessary taking of a young woman's life. So, Nikisha Chocolate Francis Manfred, she lose her life at Penless nightclub in Santa Cruz. So, what really happened, the tragic story of Nikisha Francis Manfred. She had 34. We don't know if she have any children or, children or a child. So on the quiet morning at approximately 2 o'clock in the morning, tragedy unfolded. Chocolate was doing what she did every night, winding up and all kind of things, showing off her, what them call it, her property, and and earning a living as an exotic dancer. And I might, them call him go-go dancer. During her set, a male patron shower her with tips. In Jamaica, growing up, I went to become police and about tip. You just buy a thing. Anywhere you go, you just buy a thing, and it's a part of the American culture we're in part to where, but with the go-go thing now, I think apparently it's a part of it. As to me, you won't catch me at this place. Go-go club or back road, and no, honestly, I literally scorn women who have no respect for them body. Because your body is sacred, you understand? So I normally look at them with disdain. Honestly, if a woman don't have no respect for herself, if you can just showcase your body out there, everybody can see it. You're not gonna get that amount of respect from me from a woman who's classy. Even in a 2025, a woman who is revealing most of her body, I honestly see her as someone who has lack self-esteem, lack self-love, and looking attention. A woman who's confident of herself and know her self-worth, she don't have to do all of that because she know that she's beautiful and she know what she's worth. So these are the kind of women that I really look up to, and the one that are natural. I'm going to show you a video, even of this of a Jamaican woman, very, very beautiful, and I say, wow, natural with her ear and everything. And I'm like, I wonder if the Jamaican media showcase this woman because she don't wear no falls or anything like that. Well spoken, very beautiful, That's how black women supposed to be. All of this falls here, you're being something that you are not. But that's why chocolate, that's why I do the story with chocolate, because chocolate is natural. See her with her, the head where God gave her, the ear, you understand? But, so this man, him a tipper, but as a lie, so you don't know, say him soldier stand at attention, so he want to march. But she there, hey, you don't know, you know, she there, and she just do all that thing them, and it a rile him up. One thing upon him mind, boy, oh, a she me want tonight, the entitlement. This man reveal a dark side of entitlement and misogyny that too often hides behind the glimmer of nightlife. So according to eyewitnesses, the man approached Chocolate after the club closed and demanding she go home with him. He implied that because he had given her money during her performance, she now owed him sexual favors, so he wanted to release. Chocolate firmly refused. She explained that the money was for her performance, nothing more, nothing less. Her job was to entertain, not to prostitute herself. So maybe them, I don't know if they have a place at St. Elizabeth where they have them thing they were like a back road. You understand? But instead of respecting her autonomy and professionalism, the man became enraged. He said him entitled to her cause him feel say him buy her, him own her. He demanded she either return the money or comply with his demands. Chocolate stood her ground. That refusal cost her life. In a fit of toxic rage, the man pulled a knife and viciously stabbed her multiple times, leaving her lifeless on the nightclub floor. So despite the horrific scene, you know, a whole heap of blood and, you know, so before she dead, you know, so she, you know, it was a painful death for her. Police responded swiftly and decisively, and them arrest the suspect. So at the time of the incident, it marked the 7th murder in St. Elizabeth. So this tragedy shine a harsh light on the danger faced by women, especially those in a vulnerable professions, like exactly dancer, or what they call them lady of the night. Them things are dangerous, you know. Many dancers work these jobs to support families, pay bills and survive. Yet they are too often treated as disposable or as object for male gratification. Strip clubs are about performance and entertainment, and the tips are voluntary recognition of that art. No amount of money entitles anyone to a woman's body, her time, or consent. The murder of Nikisha Chocolate Francis Monfort is not just a crime against her, it's a crime against humanity, against decency, and against the basic right of a woman to earn her living without being threatened or violated. It exposes a toxic culture of entitlement where some men still believe that money equals ownership. So him feel say she a slave. Him own her like how I just saw it go. It underscores the urgent need for education, accountability and respect for the dignity of every worker, no matter her profession. We must reject this kind of barbarity and stand up for women like Chocolate, who asks not to be treated as a human being doing her job. So that's all she wants. You know, just treat her, the woman, as a human being because she do her job. So the motive for killing her, entitlement, refused to go home with suspect. So in our memory, let us not reduce her to a statistic. Nikisha Francis Monfort was a daughter, a friend, a woman with dreams and dignity. She was murdered because she chose to say no, and her choice should have been respected. Now it's just simple as that. Him tell her, say, boy, I want to have to come home with him or give him back his money. But there's so many layers to this thing. What happened to Nikisha Chocolate Francis Monfort was not just an act of violence. It was the inevitable eruption of a deeply disturbed, entitled and fragile male ego. The man who killed her was not simply hungry. He was operating from a toxic mindset that is sadly too common, a belief that money equals ownership. When he showered Chocolate with tips during her performance, he saw it as an investment rather than a gesture of appreciation. The type of man who often wear clean clothes, carry himself as if he's respectable, and may even smile and flatter you, but beneath that exterior, he may have dangerous delusions, seeing a woman as objects to be bought rather than human beings. When reality shatters his fantasy, when the woman asserts her boundaries and says no, his fragile ego cannot cope. Men like this are deeply insecure. They mistake rejection for disrespect, and in their twisted logic, violence becomes their way of claiming their perceived manhood. If you are an exotic dancer, and this is my advice to women who are exotic dancer, go-go dancer, anyone working in nightlife entertainment, you are in one of the riskiest professions for this kind of violence. Not because of what you do, but because of the kind of men who frequent these spaces. It is crucial to understand that not every man who appears polite, wealthy, or well-groomed is safe. Some are simply not. Are there upstairs. Means to say them really, them cuckoo, a whole heap of clean clothes madman in this world. Some carry deep emotional and psychological scars, entitlement, or untreated mental illness that can explode with the slightest trigger. So here's what you can do to protect yourself as much as possible. What you should do to the women them. Be clear and firm about boundaries up front. If a man offer you money beyond what you are comfortable with, make it clear, this is for my performance, nothing more. Reiterate that you are a dancer, not a prostitute, and nothing beyond the stage performance is included. If the situation escalates, consider returning the money. So if the man he might tell you, say, after everything, he might tell you, say, boy, if you come home with him, I ask him for your money, give him back his money. While it may feel unfair to give back money you earn, your life is worth more than any amount of cash. If you sense danger, diffuse it by calmly and quickly returning the tips. You can earn more later, but you can't undo fatal harm. A one life you have, you know, no life put on in a safe, or no life put on in a cupboard, or no life put on in a drawer. So you just give them back their money. So you know, so more or less, she tell him, say, oh, I'm not give it back in, because me earn this fair and square. I say, you think I saw it go? Girl, you have to give me back my money or you come with me. And she did an argument, because you know Jamaican people that them atted chip, and him just lose it. Work in teams and have an exit plan. Do not leave the club alone if you have had a tense interaction with a customer. Ask a co-worker or security to walk you to the car or to a taxi. Alert management and security immediately. Many clubs have bouncers specifically to handle difficult customers. Don't hesitate to call for help. So there's so many things that you can do to diffuse it. But when somebody's sick upstairs, you cannot see it. What you should not do, don't assume a man is safe because he seems rich, educated, or polite. We not even go down to the deck and we just do it show you with the top. Because most of the men them will guard this place, you know. Whether or not you want to believe it. And the poor people them, you know. A man them will have money, married, have them wife and pitney. But businessmen, as I tell you already, say Michael man, the brother, Douglas, that's where every Friday night he used to do a Gemini club at half a tree road. Every Friday night him come there with all people who work with him, and that's how him get fit. And him married and him have him wife and him thinking about him wife knows him have to go out on Friday, and him drink and him gallivant and him go on with him thing. And that's where I met Michael man, the brother. Him never have no gun or anything like that. Him not have no gun. I'm a white man, and when him go there, he must spend. Don't assume a man is safe just because he seems rich, educated, or polite. Entitlement and instability don't always look like danger at first glance. Don't escalate verbally. Don't, in an argument, shaming or mocking a man who's already upset can push him over the edge. Stay calm and focus on the escalation. Don't isolate yourself with a customer. Never agree to meet someone privately after a shift unless you are absolutely certain of their character and intention. So the bottom line is that your body, your time, your consent are not for sale. But in this dangerous world where fragile entitlement walk around in clean clothes, hiding broken minds, it is sometimes smarter to retreat even if you are right. The man who killed Chocolate acted out of his own weakness, rage and delusion. But we can learn from this tragedy. Your safety comes first. You don't owe anyone anything beyond the performance they paid for. But if returning their money keeps you alive, do it. You deserve respect, but you also deserve to go home safely at the end of the night. So women, ladies who go club and these places, when a man asks you back for your money, just give them it. Because a whole heap of sick man out there, and you understand. And your life is worth more than money. Because you can't earn the money. That's something that I support, but that is your life. I cannot tell people how to live. But as I said before, and I say again, even women, I don't care who's a woman. A woman, I'm not business about Hollywood and them things, because if you're going to take your cue from Hollywood as black people, as women, and I degrade yourself, I see how some women dressing on certain things, and if you have on a skirt, every minute you have to pull it down. It don't make any sense at all. You are just a damn fool. That's all I can say. May Chocolate soul rest in peace, and may this man in him live a tormentous life until him dead. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.